Have you ever wondered how sexuality evolves as we age? In this video, we'll dive into a topic that many avoid, but is vital to living a fulfilling life in your later years. Sexual health, especially when it comes to self-intimacy like masturbation after 70. This isn't just about physical pleasure. It's about emotional connection, dealing with loss, and maintaining a sense of vitality. If you found yourself questioning whether daily habits like masturbation are affecting your mental and physical health or even your relationship with your partner, you're not alone. By the end of this video, you'll discover the fine balance between solo pleasure and shared intimacy, how to avoid potential pitfalls, and why maintaining sexual activity can improve your emotional well-being. Stick around to learn why experts say sexual energy is key to lowering the risk of depression and anxiety, and how you can enrich your sexual life, whether you're single or in a relationship. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. Sexuality does not fade with age. Rather, it transforms, evolving into something richer, more nuanced, and profoundly personal. It invites us into an intimate journey, one that requires a deeper understanding of both our physical desires and our emotional needs. Masturbation, even well into the later years of life, remains a natural and, for many, a deeply fulfilling act of self-connection. It is not confined to the realm of youth nor reserved for those who are without partners. Men over 70 who continue this practice often do so for reasons far more complex and meaningful than the pursuit of simple physical pleasure. For many, it is a way to reconnect with a body that has changed, to find solace in moments of loneliness, to manage the overwhelming pressures of life, and most importantly, to keep their sense of sexual vitality alive and flourishing. As men age, the relationship they have with their bodies and their sexual energy undergoes a profound shift. What was once a source of youthful vigor becomes something more intimate, more delicate, and often more reflective. Masturbation at this stage of life can provide a unique sense of comfort, a moment of solace where a man can feel in control, even as other aspects of his body and life may seem to be slipping beyond his grasp. It allows him to reclaim a sense of agency over his physicality, reminding him that the essence of his sexual self still exists, and still burns, even if the fire flickers differently than it once did. However, when this practice becomes a daily ritual, questions inevitably arise about the deeper implications, both on physical health and mental well-being, as well as on the emotional fabric of intimate relationships. Psychologically, frequent masturbation in older men can be a complex coping mechanism, a way to shield oneself from the often overwhelming emotional upheavals that come with aging. Around the age of 70, many men are confronted with a series of profound losses that can shake the very foundation of their identity. Retirement may strip them of their sense of purpose, leaving a gaping void where their professional life once was. The natural decline in physical abilities can serve as a constant reminder of mortality, a cruel testament to the passing of time. And perhaps most painfully, the death or absence of a beloved partner can leave them grappling with a loneliness that feels insurmountable. In this context, masturbation can take on new meaning. It is no longer just about physical gratification. It becomes a sanctuary, a place where they can find comfort in themselves, where they can momentarily escape the sadness, the stress, and the inevitable decline. It is a way to soothe emotional wounds that have not fully healed, a way to feel alive when so much of life seems to be receding into the past. The American Psychological Association has long suggested that maintaining some form of sexual activity in old age is linked to a reduced risk of developing mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. This is because sexual activity, whether shared with a partner or practiced alone, is more than just a physical act. It's a form of emotional release, a way to connect with one's inner vitality, and an acknowledgement that the capacity for pleasure, for joy, still exists even in the later stages of life. Masturbation can be a powerful tool in this respect, a way to alleviate tension, lift one's spirits, and remind oneself that sexual energy does not simply disappear with age. It endures, albeit in a different form, and can still offer profound benefits for both the mind and body. However, There is a delicate line between using masturbation as a healthy form of self-care and relying on it as a crutch, especially when it becomes a daily habit. When an older man turns to masturbation every day, it may signal a deeper emotional issue at play. It can become a method of avoidance, a way to bypass the more difficult emotions that come with aging. Instead of confronting the profound feelings of loss, loneliness, or frustration that accompany this phase of life, some men may retreat into the familiar comfort of their bodies, using masturbation as a shield to protect themselves from the painful realities they may not be ready to face. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The hidden danger lies in the emotional isolation that daily masturbation can create. While the act itself may provide temporary relief, it can also distance men from the deeper emotional connections that are essential for true healing and growth. It may prevent them from seeking out meaningful relationships or from resolving conflicts within their existing partnerships. If masturbation becomes the sole outlet for emotional release, it can prevent a man from confronting the very issues that are weighing him down. He may be missing the opportunity to address the emotional voids in his life, whether it's the need for companionship, the desire to rekindle intimacy with a partner, or the unresolved grief of losing someone they deeply loved. Moreover, the physical act of daily masturbation can also have consequences. Although it may seem harmless, excessive reliance on this habit could potentially lead to feelings of shame, guilt, or frustration, emotions that can exacerbate feelings of isolation and depression. Additionally, if masturbation becomes the primary means of sexual expression, it may lead to a disconnection from the shared intimacy that is possible with a partner, thus deepening emotional divides. It is essential, then, to strike a balance. Masturbation, when practiced in moderation, can be a healthy and fulfilling way for older men to stay connected to their bodies and maintain their sexual vitality. But when it becomes an emotional crutch, it can act as a barrier to the deeper, more meaningful connections that are vital for emotional well-being in old age. Men over 70 should be encouraged to explore their sexuality in a way that honors both their physical needs and their emotional growth, without falling into patterns of avoidance. Ultimately, the evolving relationship with sexuality in old age is not just about maintaining physical pleasure. It's about acknowledging the emotional landscapes that shift with time. Masturbation, while a valuable form of self-care, should not replace the profound need for human connection, emotional intimacy, and the courage to face the challenges that come with aging. As men navigate this complex stage of life, they must learn to embrace both their sexual and emotional selves, finding balance and healing in the process. Even though masturbation is not inherently harmful, its repetitive nature can sometimes lead to psychological dependency, creating barriers to truly enjoying shared intimacy. This dependency may slowly erode the emotional connection within romantic relationships, as the act becomes an inward focus rather than a mutual experience. In such cases, it's crucial to reflect and ask, am I seeking physical pleasure, or am I avoiding something deeper, more emotional? This question touches the core of what sexuality truly represents, especially in older age. Sexuality is not merely about physical satisfaction. It is a profound avenue for emotional connection, a way to express love, affection, and vulnerability with a partner. For older men, particularly those over 70, constantly turning to masturbation can inadvertently foster a sense of disconnection or even rejection in their partner. It is as though the intimate space once shared becomes exclusive and private, locking the partner out of an experience that should be enjoyed together. This shift can deeply affect the partner's self-esteem, causing her to question her desirability, her role in the relationship, and even her partner's affection. She might interpret his reliance on masturbation as a sign of disinterest, dissatisfaction, or a retreat from the emotional closeness they once shared. It can be heartbreaking for her, especially if the communication around these issues is minimal or non-existent. The emotional void that develops can be devastating, leading to feelings of loneliness, inadequacy, and confusion about where the relationship stands. For the man, the habit of frequent masturbation may feel like an easier, safer option. As age takes its toll, many older men experience a natural decrease in sexual desire or face difficulties achieving and maintaining an erection. In these moments, masturbation may feel less demanding. There's no fear of judgment, no need to perform, and no risk of feeling exposed or vulnerable to criticism. It's an act that requires no negotiation, no emotional labor, and can provide quick relief. However, this path, while seemingly easier, may prevent the man from experiencing the deep, meaningful connection that shared intimacy can offer. Intimacy with a partner provides emotional closeness, companionship, and a sense of belonging that far surpasses the fleeting pleasure of solo sexual activity. Research supports the immense value of shared intimacy. According to studies from Harvard University, older men who maintain an active sexual life with their partners report a significantly higher quality of life and greater satisfaction in their relationships. This isn't just about the physical act of sex, but the emotional and psychological nourishment that comes from maintaining a close, intimate connection with a loved one. Physical affection, mutual care, and the shared vulnerability that comes with intimacy have lasting positive effects, reducing feelings of loneliness and deepening emotional bonds that have been cultivated over a lifetime. From a medical perspective, frequent masturbation in old age is not necessarily harmful as long as it remains comfortable and does not lead to physical discomfort or pain. There are physical benefits. Regular ejaculation can promote healthy blood circulation and even support the well-being of the reproductive system by maintaining function. It's a way to keep the body active and responsive, helping older men feel in touch with their physicality. However, there are still important factors to consider. Daily ejaculation, for instance, can lead to feelings of fatigue or exhaustion, especially for older men whose bodies no longer recover as quickly as they once did. What once may have been an act of rejuvenation can become a source of weariness. Moreover, the constant stimulation of the sexual organs, particularly in men whose skin becomes more sensitive with age, can lead to irritations and discomfort. Aging skin is thinner, more fragile, and more prone to damage, meaning that frequent physical stimulation can cause soreness, irritation, or even minor injuries. This may lead to feelings of frustration or disappointment if the very act intended to bring relief becomes a source of physical discomfort. In light of these factors, men over 70 need to approach their sexuality with balance and mindfulness. Masturbation can remain a healthy, fulfilling aspect of life, but it should not replace the deeper, more meaningful intimacy that can be shared with a partner. Open communication with a partner is essential. Expressing needs, desires, and emotions creates a safe space for both individuals to navigate the changing dynamics of their sexual relationship. Ultimately, the journey of sexuality in older age is about more than just the mechanics of physical pleasure. It is a continued exploration of emotional connection, vulnerability, and shared experiences that keep relationships thriving. Finding the balance between personal sexual satisfaction and shared intimacy can lead to a deeper understanding of oneself, a richer connection with a partner, and a more fulfilling experience of love in later life. A 70-year-old man's body is undoubtedly different from that of a younger man, and while the spark of sexual energy remains, it is natural for the body's ability to recover to slow down with time. The rhythm of life shifts, and daily masturbation, though pleasurable, can gradually shift from a source of deep, authentic enjoyment to something more mechanical and routine. What once brought excitement and satisfaction can become a repetitive action, potentially dulling the very pleasure it was meant to evoke. It's important to recognize this shift and understand that the journey of sexuality in later years requires more balance and variety to maintain its richness and vitality. In this sense, it can be beneficial to alternate masturbation with other activities that not only stimulate sexual energy but also nourish the body and mind holistically. Practices like yoga, meditation, or even regular aerobic exercise can help awaken and sustain sexual energy in a way that feels more aligned with the rhythms of an aging body. Yoga, in particular, can increase flexibility, strengthen the core, and enhance the flow of energy throughout the body, creating a deeper connection between mind and body. Meditation, on the other hand, allows for a more profound exploration of the inner self, fostering mindfulness and enhancing the experience of pleasure. These activities not only preserve sexual energy but also promote overall health, well-being, and emotional balance. Important aspects for a man navigating his sexual identity in his senior years. So, What might the future hold for a man over 70 who engages in daily masturbation? Physically, he may continue to enjoy the benefits that come with maintaining an active sexual life. Sexual activity, even solo, helps maintain healthy blood circulation, alleviates stress, and keeps the reproductive system functioning. Emotionally, masturbation can be a source of comfort, offering relief from loneliness or a way to reconnect with one's body. However, if daily masturbation becomes the primary or sole expression of his sexuality, it may come with challenges. The key to navigating this lies in balance. Solo pleasure should not eclipse the possibility of shared intimacy, affection, or the warmth of a simple hug or caress. When masturbation becomes the only outlet for sexual energy, there is a risk of gradually losing the connection with a partner, if one exists, or even the potential to connect with others emotionally. Over time, this disconnection could lead to emotional isolation, which can be deeply painful in the later years of life. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's crucial to recognize that a fulfilling sexual life, especially in old age, is about much more than just physical satisfaction. It's about emotional connection, shared intimacy, and the warmth that comes from being close to another person. Integrating masturbation into a broader, more varied sexual experience, one that includes both self-eroticism and moments of shared closeness, can be a healthy and fulfilling way to approach sexuality in old age. By allowing space for both personal pleasure and intimate connection with others, a man can create a balanced and enriched sexual life that honors both his body and his emotional needs. In many ways, the body itself holds wisdom, and as we age, it teaches us to experience and enjoy sexuality in different, more conscious ways. While the intensity of youthful passion may fade, it is replaced by a deeper, more intentional exploration of intimacy and pleasure. Sexuality in the senior years is not an easy topic to address. Social taboos, misconceptions, and even personal discomfort often prevent open discussions. However, it is a necessary conversation, one that deserves respect and attention. Every man is unique, and so are his sexual needs. For some, masturbation may remain an important and fulfilling part of their sexual life. For others, the focus may shift towards emotional connection, affection, and shared moments with a partner. Neither path is better or worse than the other. What matters is finding balance, honoring one's body, and nurturing both the physical and emotional aspects of sexuality. Ultimately, embracing these changes with mindfulness and compassion allows men in their later years to continue experiencing the beauty and joy of sexuality, while also fostering deeper, more meaningful connections with themselves and others. As we come to the end of this journey, it's clear that sexuality in our later years is much more than just physical pleasure. It's about emotional connection, self-awareness, and balance. We've explored how practices like yoga, meditation, and even masturbation can contribute to a healthier and more conscious sexual life, while also emphasizing the importance of shared intimacy and emotional bonds. Now, we want to hear from you. What have you learned from this discussion? Is there one thing that resonated with you the most, or something new you've discovered that you'll start incorporating into your own life? Please share in the comments below. What's one insight you've gained that you plan to put into practice? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave your comment below, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more thought-provoking discussions and content.